Mom, can I go swimming with Peggy tomorrow after school?
I don't think I would, Molly.
But I'd be home by 5:30.
No, it's not a good idea the first 2 or 3 days of your period. You might get chilled and catch cold.
Oh, that's right. Peggy, of course I can't go swimming. You know I've got the curse.
I didn't know what tampons were.
And just have this over, like, my ovary section and be able to just relax. You're bleeding from your vagina.
Miss Jensen, is it true that people can tell when you're menstruating?
No, it isn't. But you should be more careful than ever about personal cleanliness and dainties. Change your underwear more often, and be sure and use a deodorant. And pay more attention to your hair and your nails, and plan to wear your prettiest dress. In other words, be your most attractive self.
Media are a reflection of society. And the way that society as a whole has treated menstruation over the years has tended to be somewhat negative, and surely media have reflected that negativity. You know, I'm particularly reminded of the opening of the film Carrie, in which a very negative connotation is placed on, well, her reaction to her own menstruation cycle for the first time leads to many problems. And so as one example of a media representation, I do think that popular culture has reflected this general uneasiness that people have about menstruation.
How I perceive periods being depicted in the media is really negative. Because, you know, we have all of this, I think we're getting more progressive, but we have all of these, you know, it's always quiet and no one's ever gonna know. And it's just, it's really kind of offensive. And almost at the same time you have like, scented pads. It's like, do I need my vagina to smell like flowers when I'm literally emitting gore from my body?
All the commercials I would really see are the pad commercials with the blue liquid that falls on.
Yeah, it's like, not even red liquid.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely a censored version of what happens, and then that kind of like dilutes what it actually is and gives people like this false view of what it actually feels like because it's so detached from what women actually go through.
I think the only time I ever saw an advertisement that was really true to periods was one, I think it was Kotex, and it was like a summer camp, and this little girl got her period, and then she started telling other people about it so that they got knowledge from it, and she was handing out tampons and like pads at her summer camp and being like, you guys gotta be aware of this, like Mother Nature, and like really passionate, and that was still taboo. I never saw it on TV. I saw it on the internet, and people were like, this is really revolutionary because you're flat out speaking about what it is, how to take care of it, and it's a little girl. It's not, you know, a mature grown woman that we would expect to be more outspoken about it because she has more experience.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna fucking throw up. Someone period on my fucking leg. Oh, shit. What the fuck do I do? I've never before seen that in my life. This is so disgusting.
Yeah, I think that men don't know a lot about periods because they just don't bring up the topic of periods and don't even bother to try to learn what it's really about.
Like, the less I know, the better.
Yeah. Furthest thing from beautiful, I do my best to stay away from girls on their period.
It attracts bears. Don't take your girlfriend camping.
I don't really see how it affects me until I have a girlfriend, in all honesty.
I know they happen like once a month.
Girls have them once a month. They come once a month. They give women mood swings, and pretty much. This is uncomfortable. Sorry, I'm gonna go.
It's funny because guys will be really gross. They're like, oh yeah, I jerked off for like 2 hours yesterday. Oh yeah, she has such nice tits. They'll be like really grotesque. But the second two girls start talking about their period, it's like, I don't want to hear this, or like they walk out of the room.
They think that like everything, like a tampon, like even if it's like just like a tampon box, they're like, oh my god, like that's disgusting. Like they freak out. I remember one time I got a 17 magazine and I was at my grandmother's house and I left it in the bathroom, and I guess she had seen it, and inside was a sort of a feature talking about how to put on a tampon. And I was curious because I didn't know what the difference was. And she ripped it out of the magazine. And so when I went to look at it again, it wasn't there and had no idea. I still have no idea how to put tampons on, which is weird. So
I know there was one girl that we went to high school with who wouldn't use tampons until she had sex.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
And then I remember, like, one of our friends told us that she was like, I can't wait to have sex because then I can use tampons.
Yeah.
So, like,
there's that, like, stigma that it'll break your hymen.
Yeah.
I recently was in the bathroom with my friend, and I left a tampon in my guy friend's trash can, and she called me out and was like, that's gross, like, cover it up. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Because 50% of the population has a period, but we don't ever talk about it.
Our problems with or hesitations about menstruation reflect a much larger kind of social unease about the birth and the life process and the death process. And until we can address those in upfront, very clear ways, I think we'll continue to have mysticism and taboo shroud some of the elements of those really important aspects of our lives.
This artist, she posted this picture on Instagram.
She's fully dressed, there's no sex, all it is her having her period.
There wasn't even that much blood on the picture. I saw it. So, like, I can understand if it's like a blood fest, you're like, oh man, that's a lot of blood. But seeing how that picture had hardly anything on it, like, there was nothing wrong with it.
I don't understand why they were so quick to take it down, or why people think it's so disgusting. It's like, I when I had my my embroidery with the bloody underwear, literally girls would come up and they'd go, yes, this is exactly it. And it's like, that's what that picture was. It was her having blood onto her pants and her underwear, because that's what happens.
I think the negative reaction it got, it's just a testament to how far we haven't come when it comes to periods.
I don't know that the American culture really confronts some of these difficult, squeamish, potentially upsetting, emotionally contentious issues very well. I think we just have to start having an honest conversation.
I think it's like really funny to go like the extra mile, like it almost becomes a satire of like, instead of just being like chill out, like don't freak out about periods, like rock them.
Blood, the taste of my menstrual blood, use his teeth to scrape out my pussy crud. Then he kiss you with a mouthful of schmegma. Don't like it, bitch, then I'll break your bregma.
This artwork is particularly disgusting because it is an illustration of a woman masturbating while she is on her period.
We don't talk about it, that people get excited when they see art like this. They say, yes, this is what happens to me. Yes, this is what I feel. It makes us so angry that we can't have these moments as much. And when we do, people like Instagram take it down.
The thing with the Instagram girl, because it's a grassroots thing, they let her put it on, but it wasn't like without thousands of people backing her. I think it's very important because it's very democratic. It's like the public. It's like, I think we should be talking about periods as opposed to the media, like perpetuating that something you shouldn't be talking about.
I think slowly but surely we're beginning to deal with menstruation in more varied ways in media, but it's still a taboo issue that many of us are fearful to talk about in anything other than very surface ways.
It's your body. Mm-hmm. It's something that your body does, and it's going to be doing it for a long time. So why should you be ashamed of something that your body does?
Don't let anybody make you feel embarrassed about it. They're wrong. Like, there is nothing to be ashamed of.
Kind of stupid for us to,
make someone feel ashamed for something about their bodies that they can't control.
I've noticed a lot of girls that I'm friends with talking about their periods way more than ever before, and I was like, that's because we are realizing that we shouldn't be ashamed for this.
It would be a much better, more open community, more accepting community if we had the ability to just be open about it.
It'll take some time, I know it will, but we'll get to the point where everyone can just talk about it like it's an everyday thing, like waking up or eating breakfast, having periods.
This is my period.